What's up, babe? Why are you pointing the camera at me?
Because I wanted to ask a few questions.
Please do. Happy to answer them.
So, what's on the docket today for?
Today, we thought would be a good day to do a little spring cleaning because it's been a long winter. So the last, since Christmas, really, it's rained almost every day. Or it's been cloudy, or it's certainly been cold. So these are one of the first days we've had that have been, it's wet. It's like 20 degrees outside right now, like 70, 71, something like that. And so it's just beautiful. So we thought today would be a great day to be outside of the boat, cleaning, organizing, getting ready to sail. Finally getting ready to sail.
You're looking rather swarthy today. Did you get a haircut?
I did get a haircut. I was looking like Grizzly Abrams for a while there. Abrams. Grizzly Abrams is the John Candy character from 1979 SCTV.
Okay.
Which I encourage everybody to now Google. Grizzly Abrams, John Candy. It's hilarious.
Okay. I think you're trying to really pull that Ernest Hemingway look into.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, John David Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
You used to be formerly John David Schneider.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the name change?
Well, yeah, everybody that's watching this or aware of the name change would probably think, well, that was sudden, or that's, I don't know what they think. I guess a lot of people change their names because they're hiding something or they're running away from something, but I'm running towards something. It's, I was born John David Fraser, and my father passed away when I was 10 months old. He died January 28th, 1968. And I have, I was a Fraser at that point in time. It was me, my mom, and my dad. So when he passed away, as I understand it, my mom was single for about 2 years with me. And then she got married to my stepdad, Ken Schneider. And so I was, for all intents and purposes, brought up John David Schneider. It sounds weird saying that now. But in the back of my mind, the Frasers were always in my life to some extent, albeit it's a complicated story because the Frasers were based in Gibbons, Alberta. The Schneiders were based in Bonnecourt, Alberta, and the two towns were about 4 or 5 miles apart. And they were fierce rivals, especially throughout the 50s, 60s, 70s, even into the 80s. It was this bitter rivalry, the Hatfields and McCoys. And the Schneiders were a prominent family in Bonnecourt, and the Frasers were a prominent family in Gibbons. So just through circumstance, I became separated to some degree from the Fraser family, but that name was always there. And it's always haunted me that I'm a Fraser. When I changed my life 2 years ago, or almost coming up on 2 years ago, I had made the decision at that point in time to take up my father's name. It was about time. It was just that right time to make that change. I had started that process back when I was like 18 or 19, actually, maybe 20. I had started that process, but then I got too much pushback from my adopted family, the Schneiders, understandably. So I have a good deal of respect for the Schneider name and my stepdad, my dad who brought me up, and the sacrifices he made, how hard he worked, and what he did to raise me. I appreciate that the genuine love that we have. I'm my dad's only son, and without, that name ended, John David Fraser ended with me. And so it was time, John Fraser III. It was time to just bring that name back. So that's the snapshot of that. I've learned that some people are amazing at their emotional intelligence, and Mary is one of those people. Mary sees things about me that I had no idea that I was about. Mary knows more about me than anybody else on the planet. And for that, I'm grateful, because I don't have to pretend that I'm something I'm not. She already knows what I am. And that's a good thing.
Living in close proximity to someone reveals a lot about that person because you really don't have a place to hide. It's just kind of full Monty all the time. What are the advantages to living in close proximity to someone, and what are the difficulties? What are the uncomfortable things about living in close proximity to someone?
Yeah, good question. Living in close proximity to someone is such a rare experience, because there are a very limited number of people that choose to live in a space this small, a tiny home, or in this case, a tiny floating home, the sailboat. And so living together this tight has absolutely forced me to reconsider how I approach relationships, reconsider how I approach my beloved's feelings. How do I hold her space? It's taught me the difference between men and women. It's taught me the difference between John and Mary. It's taught me the difference between Canadian and American. It's taught me, it's just taught me everything about relationship. It's, there's a lot of terminology that gets thrown around that I didn't quite understand. Holding space for somebody, what does that mean? I've learned that holding space for somebody simply means accepting their nuances, or accepting their moods, or accepting their hang-ups, or what you would consider hang-up, or, accepting their joy, accepting, the things that make them happy, and just being witness to that. When Mary's having a rough day because she misses her friends, or she misses her family, or she's homesick, or it's like been raining for 4 days and she's stuck in the boat, that can cause emotional strain. And so there's nothing I can do about that. We're living together. We're living here on a sailboat. I can't stop it from raining. I can't stop it from being winter. So that's been a real realization for me, is like, I can't fix stuff all the time. And sometimes, and Mary doesn't want me to fix it. She's more than capable of fixing it herself. And it's just bearing witness to that. I know you're upset. I can feel you're upset. What can I do to comfort that? And if the answer is nothing, I just have to be okay with that. And stay calm, and don't get angry, don't get emotional, don't get demanding, don't get pouty, don't, all of those things that, maybe I have a tendency to do in the past, right? So being in this relationship this close with somebody who's that emotionally intelligent, and somebody that I love that much, has been an incredible education for me. The best part of living on a small boat with my love is every night when I come home from work, I know that I get to be in my favorite place on the planet, and that is the V-berth with Mary. So I know that I come home from work, Mary will be cooking supper, or maybe I bring some takeout home. And I know that very soon we'll be snuggled together in the V-berth watching a movie, or reading, or something comfortable together. That was my favorite part of winter on the sailboat, was just knowing that the nights were so long, and, I just had this beautiful space to go to at the end of every day. Mary just said she's been waiting for this weather for like the last 5 months.
Well, here it is.
Yeah,
I
here
know.
it is.
It's
Now,
like-
now it'll be here for the next 5 months,
It will.
and you'll be praying. You'll be wishing for rain.
I don't think so.
Sorry, little barnacles.
Throw me the line I forgot by your axe. Yeah, I forgot to take that line up to wash. Oh,
Take it off. To me, it doesn't look salvageable.
no, just replace it. What's in there?
Barbecue sauce. Like this is part
Would you rather put it with like your fishing gear? Kind of like outdoor gear? Instead of moving parts? Okay. So, all right. Yeah, let's look at those two. So we're gonna put that back because we need it. Okay. All right. Well, let's take these to the dock. Look at everything. Yeah, that's the tool. Okay. Oh God, we almost lost this. Can I make that a necklace for you?
So, you feel like you won today?
Yeah.
It was a good day.
Yeah, it was.
What did we do today? Recap.
We talked, interviews, organized vote.
This morning feels like another day.
No, it does.
What did we do this morning?
We had a meeting, we ate breakfast. What else?
That one stays in there.
I know,
That's my good.
I got it. Let's see what else.
The binoculars should go in here.
Yes, I agree.
Nice.
Alright, so what are those?
Clamps.
For,
You know what I was using them for was clamping the lines.
but these aren't anything we need like right now.